and welcome back to the channel. And this is going to be Tech Hauls number 6 already so far. So the first find was this Qualcomm Inventec phone. It sadly does not work. I'll plug it in. And this one runs Windows Mobile 6, I think. I'll plug it in and I'll press the power button. The only thing it does is vibrate. And that's all. And it's never actually turned on. And the battery is really bulged. So I think that might be the issue. It's really badly bulged. And it never came in a back cover. The second find is this, and it also has a slide-out keyboard. The second find is this Rhapsody Ibiza MP3 player. The cool thing about this thing is that it actually has Wi-Fi, which is just amazing for an MP3 player. And the web browser like somehow works. So check out my Instagram. I'll post a couple pictures of it on the web. It's really weird to use this as a modern web device, but it somehow does have Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi does actually work on this. So it's really cool. Here it is. It has a little touchpad, so I can navigate, and it's just basically fake iPod Classic, since it looks a lot like an iPod Classic. Next find is this HP iPAQ. It's really old, and the screen is cracked, and yeah. But sadly, it obviously does not work, and I don't have a charger for it. And yeah, I just got it because it's really old and kind of cool. And here it is. It runs Windows Mobile, I think 1 or 2, I forgot. Next find is this iPod Touch 4th generation. This one is really messed up. It has a really badly cracked screen. And if I take off the case is also really messed up. The back is okay condition. It's an 8 gig. But sadly, it has recovery mode issues. So if I find my 30-pin cable, plug it in, it will show the Apple logo, but it's just stuck in recovery mode. And when I try to plug it into my computer, it just says error. Like when I try to restore it. And when I plug it into the 3U tools, it also says error. And when I try to exit recovery mode, it just goes back into recovery mode. So I'm not sure what's wrong with it. Maybe a processor issue, I'm not sure. But here it is. It does sort of work. And the only thing it's really good for is parts. Next find is this HTC Nexus 1. It's actually Google Nexus 1. It sadly does not work. I'll just plug it in. And I have plugged it in for a couple days. But the only thing it does is show a little LED. Yeah, it just shows an LED. And when I try to turn it on, it doesn't do anything at all. Which kind of sucks, since it's a pretty cool phone. It's the first Nexus ever. And yeah, it did come with a 4 gig micro SD card, which does work. So kind of cool. Put that back. And here it is. Yeah. The next find is this Rhapsody Ibiza MP3 player. This is the same as this one, but this one's blue. I'll plug it in. This one does not do anything. This is a way older model than this one. This one has flash storage. This one has a hard drive. But the hard drive is corroded and does not work. I took it apart. And this one's made by Haier. I'm not sure how to say that. But this one's made by Haier. The best find is this HTC 8X. I've been mating this phone for about, I think, 3 or 4 days now. I did a poll on my Instagram if I could use this phone as a main, and the answer was yes. So I'm using this phone as a main. I'll enter my pin, and here it is. I've copied a bunch of music to it, and I have some apps on it, like Twitter, Messenger, a fake version of Instagram. I have media apps, games. I basically have all the apps that Windows Phone has to offer on this thing. It has 32 gigs of storage, which is decent. And I put my SIM card inside it. I've been using this phone as a main. And it's a really bad main. And it's pretty slow on 4G LTE. But it does work. So not too bad for a free phone. And in the come with this case, I'll take off the case. And the cool thing about this phone is that it has something called Beats Audio, which just basically is a really good DAC inside the phone. The headphone jack is really good, and it makes your headphones sound good. It has Beats Audio, it's on T-Mobile, and it's an HTC 8X Windows phone, and it's running Windows Mobile 8.1. Now we'll move on to other stuff. So here's some other stuff. Here's a pack of Google Pins, which is really cool, since these are official Google Pins and kind of rare, I guess. There's one for Google, one for YouTube. This really cool one. And my favorite of these is the YouTube pin. Yeah, so pretty cool. Also does have some patches in them. I still haven't opened these since they're really cool. And I'll just probably keep them like this. Just some Google pins. Then I found these two cases. These are both for some type of Windows phone, I think. But sadly, I don't have the phone, so I can't really use the cases, but I found a pink one and a black one. So 2 phone cases. Sorry about that. But then I found this PNY compact flash card. This one does work. I tried it out on my old camera. Like a really old camera I had. It does work. So a decent compact flash card. Then I found this Microsoft band charger for these 2 Microsoft bands. But sadly, I can't really use these things since Microsoft stopped supporting the Microsoft band a few days ago. It stopped supporting them about 25 days ago. And yeah, these are basically useless. So I can't really do anything with them, but these do work. They're Microsoft Band 1s. This one's a Microsoft Band 2. This one is actually turned on. And they also stopped supporting this one. So Microsoft basically stopped supporting all of Microsoft Band stuff. And the app is no longer on the App Store. And yeah, I found all of this. I'll move on to some other stuff, like hard drives, computers, stuff like that. So I'll just move on right now. Hard drives and SSDs. This one's a 2TB hard drive. This one does work. I've installed Windows 7 on this, and it's a really decent hard drive. It's made by Western Digital, and it's a 2TB hard drive, so pretty cool. Next find is this 3TB Seagate Barracuda. It does work, which is really cool since it's a freaking 3TB hard drive, but I've installed, I think, Windows XP on this, since I have a CD for it. And yeah, this is basically an XP hard drive, so I can just put this into any computer, and it'll run Windows XP. So, pretty cool hard drive. And both of these do work. Then I found this M2 SSD. This one's a 240 gig, it's made by Intel, and it's basically for laptops, or newer desktops. So 240 gig M2 SSD, so something really cool. This thing's probably worth about $50 to $100. Now we'll move on to some other cool stuff, like computers and, well, hard drive testers. I just found a hard drive tester. Then I found a hard drive tester. So yeah, this is a hard drive tester. It's made by SIG. It does work. So all I have to do is just plug in a hard drive and plug into my computer. And I'll have a hard drive tester thing. So kind of cool. This is worth about it's worth about like $60 to $100. So pretty cool. Now I'll move on to laptops. Lenovo X60. I'll turn it on. It does work. It's kind of old. It runs on Windows 10. I upgraded from Windows 7. And the cool thing about this thing is that it actually has, number 1, it's a really small compact laptop. Number 2, it has the extender port thing on the laptop. It just basically adds a bunch of ports. It's like a dock for a laptop. I'll just let it boot up here. And the cool thing about this thing is that inside the dock, I found something kind of cool. I found a Windows Millennium Edition CD. So, yeah, this will make an interesting video in the future. Sure, I'm going to just smash this CD. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably just smash the CD for an interesting video for 100 subscribers. But I found a Windows Me CD, and it does actually work. Put it back in there. It has a fingerprint sensor, which is decent. And I did install Windows 10 on it. It's pretty speedy on Windows 10, but here it is. It's a Lenovo X60. And I guess I'll just take off the dock by doing that. And sorry if the laptop beeps. It's just gonna beep. I'll take off the dock. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. Actually, I'll just not take out the dock since, yeah, I'll just, sorry about that. I'll unplug it, and I'll show you what ports it has. It has a USB port, VGA, Ethernet, PCMCIA, SD card, this port, which I'm not sure what it's for. It has two more USB ports, the handle to remove it. It has a charger port, 2 USB ports, VGA, serial, printer, 2 audio ports, an Ethernet port, a telephone port, another telephone port, a DVD drive, and something you can use to eject it, and a DVD drive ejector thing, so you can, eject the DVD drive. And it has a FireWire port, 2 more USB ports, 2 more audio ports, a key thing, and yeah. And it also has And this thing also houses another battery, so this dock is really cool. That's the first laptop. I'll move on to the better laptop. And here's a better laptop. It's a Samsung Series 9 notebook. It was made back in 2012 or 2011. It runs on Windows 8. I still haven't upgraded it. And yeah, I got it for free. And so I have my mom's account on it, like she was using it for something. I'll log in. Yeah, and here it is. It runs on Windows 8.1. And it's pretty cool. And it has no issues at all. It's not a touchscreen. But yeah, and the only issue that I did find is that number one, the screen is, the hinges are kind of bad. It falls back. So I tried to tighten it, but it didn't do anything. And I took it apart. And yeah. And this one originally had a hard drive inside it. I put an SSD inside, installed Windows 8. And it does work. I've installed a bunch of apps on it. Basically all the Windows 8 apps. I'll go onto desktop. And yeah. And I still haven't activated Windows. And it runs on Windows 8 Enterprise Edition. And the only issue is that this thing is bent. It was like really bent before, so I tried to straighten it out. Sort of worked. This thing is bent. So basically the whole bottom of the computer is basically bent. And the hinges are bad. So I won't really be using this computer that much since it's not really that good of a computer. Number one, it has an i5, a super old i5. And yeah, so pretty cool I guess for free. And here's the top of it. And it's a 14-inch laptop. So I guess that's gonna be it. So thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe down below, and peace out.